I'm Josh.
And I'm Steve.
This is Fat White Guy Movie Reviews.
Thanks for joining us. Tonight we're going to be reviewing another great film that we've watched. All films are considered great to us, and some greater than others.
What a polite way of putting it.
That's right. So what are we reviewing tonight?
Tonight's film is Altered, which is it's an alien film set in Florida.
Set in Florida, and most importantly, it's done by the people that did Blair Witch.
Really? I did not know that.
So yeah, the director of Blair Witch did this one, and it's a good one. It's a totally different paradigm than Blair Witch.
Oh yeah.
Same director, and
the main thing that really struck me about this one, there are very few actors.
Yeah.
There are very few sets. This is how you're supposed to do low budget film, and because just set it up. The movie opens, they're out in the woods, and they're chasing an unknown creature, which turns out to be an alien. They finally capture the alien, almost by accident.
Yeah, because the way they're going about catching this alien, my 3-year-old nephews could have done a better job, quite frankly. I mean, it was ridiculous. The time and effort it took to make whatever that damn spear contraption he was. It doesn't take away from the movie, but
those boys are dumb.
Yeah.
Those boys are dumb.
And
maybe that's part of their character.
I think it had to be.
But they're going out there, and you could tell that they were essentially going out there to drink. They weren't going out there to actually catch the alien. Or as they put it, to get revenge. Because they were previously abducted. We forgot to mention that. They were previously abducted when they were 15 years old. Mm-hmm. And so that they go back out, and they're trying to capture the alien so they can get their revenge.
And plus the one guy, his brother, got killed on the previous abduction, and his father, specifically, among other people, believe he killed his own brother. And that's a huge motive for this current alien lynch mob that's going on, is to clear his good name.
Yeah, good name, that is a quotation.
And get revenge for what he did.
And so they accidentally captured this thing, basically. It's just dumb luck. And they can't figure out what to do. So what they decide to do is they're going to take it to their fourth friend, who was
part of the original abduction.
And he is by far the most intelligent of the bunch.
Yep.
And once he figures out what they have, he wants nothing to do with it.
Yep.
But circumstances change, and somehow he ends up trying. They have the alien, and they lock it in his garage, and that's pretty much where the film starts to take off.
No, the bulk of the movie takes place in that garage and inside the house, and it's really great. It's really awesome. It's really hard to pull off a 1 or 2 location film and it be good.
Yeah, because it after a while it'll start to feel claustrophobic and kind of boring.
It's like the only other movie I can think that did such a good job was Phone Booth.
Phone Booth really did a good job.
And it was in a phone booth.
A lot of Saw was...
Yeah, but the Saw wasn't so as extreme. But anyway, this has minimal location, which like Josh said is great for low budget. It's the best way to make it for a lot of obvious reasons. But you don't ever sit there and think about, dang, did they ever leave this garage or did they ever... They truly justify and validate and make you feel like they have every reason to not, and you feel good about it.
And
so
you don't feel like
question
not only good about it, you feel like that's the correct move.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's where the difficulty lies. So they're caught in this garage, and they're just completely off the map. They have no idea what's going to happen, and then we start learning more about the aliens, and then you kind of see and the alien. The alien's pretty fantastic.
Yeah, I was really the special effects that went into that had to be like 80% of their budget.
Yeah.
I mean, because the alien was top notch.
It was all latex. It wasn't CGI. It didn't look like CGI. It was actual monster suit, which usually almost always looks better to me.
Yeah. It was that part of it really stood out.
Yeah.
Not so much that it looked like it didn't belong in such a low budget movie, because even watching this movie, even though you know it's low budget, if you've done any kind of little bit of research, you don't look at it and go like, oh, these poor guys, they need to get a better camera or anything like that.
No.
They do really well and take advantage of location and the time of day to make this.
And the acting.
Yeah, the acting
was really top notch. I mean, there were the one skinny guy, the real skinny one.
Mm-hmm.
He was not so great, but the lead in this thing, the lead actor, he's phenomenal.
Yeah, he reminded me of a cross of Jack on Lost and Dominic, or one of the boys on Prison Break.
I can see that.
You know, if they all got together
he could have easily been on either one of those shows.
Yeah.
I mean, if he took his same character, which is a really well developed, awesome type of character, he could have easily been on a hit TV show.
Yep. Very well overall, and then even the ones that are what you would call probably bad actors, I think they still did good because I think their character was supposed to come off that way because again, it's a bunch of dumb, backwoods boys, and the if you look at the chart of evolution from the slumped over to the upright, you could stand these friends in a row. And you would have that chart because they were definitely dumbest, dumb, coherent, and smart. You know? So, and then the one guy, he looked to me like if Danny McBride got on steroids.
What are you talking about? Yeah, he has an awesome mullet that's all curled and permed in the backside.
Yeah, he looks like a swole up Danny McBride.
Sweet. And he was good. He was really good.
A good actor. Yes.
And I don't want to give away any more plot, but it stays in these three locations because you have the van set up, and then you have the house, garage, and then the woods,
middle of the highway.
Yeah, and that's it. That's the whole thing. But you
never think about it till you go to review the movie.
Yeah, exactly. But once you. It is a paradigm. It is one of the best films, the best examples of low budget filmmaking. And I think anyone who is a filmmaker or an aspiring filmmaker, you really need to check this one out strictly for that aspect. For everyone else, it is still a very fun film.
Yeah.
It's full of great special effects, tons of action. I mean, it just keeps pounding, pounding, pounding. It doesn't let up for the whole hour and a half that it's on the screen. The whole hour and a half, it's from task to task to task. And by doing this task, it just keeps it going.
Yep. And the ending is just super phenomenal. You're like, oh, hell yeah. You find yourself, all of a sudden you're backwoods. You're like, hell yeah.
I do the same thing. You know?
It's totally awesome. You're like, yeah. My boy knew this was coming.
He's
just like
well prepared.
Awesome ending. Super awesome ending.
So we're not going to give away the ending, but it is one that you definitely need to check out.
Yeah.
So what do you give it? What do you give it?
It's going to get some kudos and pad points for being independent film, and it's going to get a little bit more because of it being Eduardo Sánchez, because he did Blair Witch, and I am super diehard Blair Witch, in your face, shut the F up, it was the best movie of the century fan of Blair Witch. It is the absolute genius, most piece of work ever. So,
if we could have only got Kevin James and Blair Witch,
if we could get Kevin James and Wilson Phillips in Blair Witch,
oh my God!
I mean, Kevin James should have had the map, and then Wilson Phillips should have been doing everything else. But anyway,
I'm gonna make you that poster.
Yeah. Because of all that, and it's an overall good movie too.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give it an absolute super solid 7.5.
Dang. And I'm gonna give it, like you were saying, it's independent. It is very low budget, but it is very well done. I'm gonna give it a 7. And it is definitely one, if you're looking for a fun, good movie that has a lot of entertainment value and you enjoy the sci-fi genre, definitely move it up to the top of your queue because it's something you really want to watch.
Yeah.
If you're looking for techniques as to how to budget your low budget film and how to make your low budget film more achievable,
yeah,
it's definitely worth watching for that.
And just to note, you mentioned sci-fi. Just so you know, it's not an in-your-face sci-fi. It is definitely relates sci-fi, but it's not, it's not Star Wars sci-fi or something like that. It's got other storylines and themes and messages in it. I mean, the trial and the test that the friendships go through and their realizations of what they will and won't do for each other, and they find out who's really in the pecking order and what order, and then you got the strange sheriff. That little cameo there was just like, what?
Yeah, the sheriff. He was the coach on Major League.
Yeah, I think
you'll remember that.
I think when they were filming this movie, he happened to be walking by the set, and they're like, "You got an awesome look and a cool voice. You want to be a drunk sheriff on our movie? Okay, come on." And then they threw him in.
Yeah.
Doesn't detract from the movie.
He adds.
But yeah, so it's just, so it's not hardcore sci-fi, but it is a touch of sci-fi.
It is. It's smack and tell. I'll go a creature feature with sci-fi.
Yeah.
Tales in it. But either way, it is definitely something that you want to watch. And you go ahead and do yourself a favor, move it up to the top of your queue, and have fun with it.
Yep.
So, we'll see you.
We'll see you next time. Thanks for joining us for this review. Be sure to watch it. Let us know what you think, and especially what you think about it, because it is an independent. Be sure to keep that in mind. And be sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter. Thumbs up, thumbs down, comment. Just let us know you're out there, and if you want us to watch something, let us know.
We'll watch your independent film.
Yep.
We'll watch anything. Just send us a link or send us a DVD or send us anything, and we'll be happy to review it on here. Yep. And we'll see you next week, folks.
All right, take care.